It was a quiet winter night in a small apartment on the outskirts of town. The only sound came from the faint ticking of a clock and the soft purring of a gray tabby cat named Miso, curled up beside his sleeping owner, Daniel. Daniel lived alone. Ever since his wife passed away 2 years earlier, Miso had been his only companion, loyal, silent, and oddly attentive. He followed Daniel everywhere, always seeming to sense his moods. That night, sometime after midnight, Miso began pacing nervously at the edge of the bed. His ears twitched, and he let out a low, uneasy meow. Something wasn't right. At 2:47 a.m., Miso suddenly jumped onto Daniel's chest. He pawed at his face, meowed louder, then, to the shock of anyone who might have seen it, sat squarely on Daniel's face. Daniel groaned weakly in his sleep, but didn't wake. Miso pressed harder, his little body trembling. When Daniel still didn't move, the cat began pawing frantically, digging his claws lightly into Daniel's cheek and yowling with a desperate intensity no one had ever heard from him. Moments later, Daniel gasped a sudden, ragged breath and his eyes flew open. Confused and scared, he pushed Miso aside and sat up, clutching his chest. His heart was pounding erratically. It wasn't until the next morning, at the hospital, that the doctors explained what had happened. Daniel had suffered a mild heart attack in his sleep. His breathing had slowed, his pulse had dropped dangerously low. If you hadn't woken up when you did, the doctor said, shaking his head, you might not have made it. Daniel looked down at Miso, sitting quietly on his lap in the hospital room, eyes half closed, as if nothing unusual had happened. Everyone laughed when Daniel told them how his cat had sat on his face to save him, but when the laughter faded, all that remained was awe. Somehow, that little creature had sensed what no machine could, and had done the only thing he could think of to wake the man he loved. From that night on, Daniel never let Miso sleep anywhere else but by his side. Because sometimes, love even in the shape of a small, furry guardian, can save a life in the most unexpected way.